You gotta embrace the face. I got braces! So I showed up, I got some x-rays, they did molds. They have this thing they stick in your mouth so it holds your cheeks open so they can do stuff. So funny. But it like stretches out your lips a lot. If you have chapstick, you should probably bring that. I didn't have any, and they were nice enough to give me some Vaseline. And it was like on this little stick, which is the coolest little stick I've ever seen. The mold stuff tastes like nothing. Someone took this retainer kind of thing, like half a retainer, for the top, and then they put some like goop on it, and then they shove it in your mouth, and they hold it there. And you're trying not to move your teeth that much when someone's hand is in your mouth, and you're just trying to figure out what to do with your tongue. And you're just like, don't touch it, but you want to touch it. But you're like, don't touch it. And then that's all I thought about for like a minute. And then they did the bottom, which was the same thing, except more like, So first thing they do is they put a bunch of stuff on your teeth so they can clean it. They said one was like a shampoo and the other's like a conditioner, but it's not, it's for your teeth, it's not for your hair. They put some like acid on there too. It's like this blue stuff. It's different from the blue stuff I've got in my mouth now. It was acidic. Don't put your tongue in the wrong spot or you're gonna touch it and it's gonna be horrible. And then eventually like some fell down into their, like the side of my tongue and I felt it. Oh, it tasted so bad. It was like, oh, I wanna get this out of my mouth. I wanna get this out of my mouth. But I was like, okay, I'll just sit here. It's almost over. It's almost over. It's almost over. They put all the brackets in. They set them so they were stuck there. And then they came with this wire, this memory foam wire. So it's in the shape of like a U. They put that kind of in your mouth and they figure out how long it is. And then they like chop it to size if they need to. And then they can fold over the ends and use a lighter and set the shape just by that. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. There's like a temperature point at which this metal sets and that'll keep the stress. So when it's on your teeth, it'll be wanting to expand back to the shape it was. They put that on and then they put some rubber bands from the metal to the brackets. They do that a lot. And they've got this cool little like tweezer thing and she's like yanking on my teeth. But it wasn't too bad. It didn't hurt that much. So I was like, yeah, this doesn't hurt that much. And then I sit down, they're like, yeah, so you're probably thinking it doesn't hurt that much and that it's gonna be fine. And I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I'm thinking. They're like, don't think that. Do ibuprofen. Do a lot of ibuprofen. Get out of it, or else it's gonna hurt. I'm like, oh man, I thought it was so good, but I wasn't. I'm just normal. It happens a lot. I just find out I'm normal. So I've got a bit of a crossbite going on. I've got mostly an overbite, but one of the teeth is like the other way. So you're like, meh. See that kind of? And then I was like biting down. Like, I probably shouldn't be biting down on the bracket. So they're like, yeah, that's no good. So they put in these blue things. On the bottom. They're called bite turbos. That means I can bite super hard now. Yeah, no, that doesn't mean that at all. But it keeps my teeth open a little bit so I'm not biting on my bracket up there. Now when people go, but they're like touching, because I don't want to do that, then I get all freaked out. It's like, ugh. Nope. Eventually I'll get the second half of my mouth full of braces, but that's not till later. So did it hurt getting them on? No, not really. Did it hurt later that night? Not too bad, but it was really hard to eat ramen. I ate a lot of ramen that day. I just ate plain ramen. Like for lunch, I ate ramen. For dinner, I went to a ramen shop. And it's okay, except that the ramen shops don't give you like a fork and knife. And I figured out that I need a fork and knife for like everything now. All I have are like chopsticks and this big spoon. And I'm trying to like cut this big old piece of pork, slice it up by pulling it apart with these chopsticks. Because you're not supposed to like tear stuff with your teeth. And it kind of hurt anyway. Second day was worse. Third day was worse too. And eventually it started getting better. It didn't hurt as much. First week, I ate a lot of soup and a lot of ramen. Ramen and soup. And I kept thinking like, I want a burger, but I don't know how to eat a burger. I don't think I'll get a burger. So my normal places to get food changed horribly. I'm like, I want this food. But then I was like, it's gonna be hard. I don't want to do it. So I didn't do that. Second week was a lot better. Third week, I was like back to normal almost, unless I try to bite stuff. Like it doesn't hurt at all unless I try to bite stuff. And every once in a while, every few days, like one tooth will be sensitive and then it'll switch a couple days later to another tooth that's sensitive and it'll switch to another tooth. It's the weirdest thing. I guess when your teeth are moving, your bone's growing behind it and pain happens. I don't know why, except that. And I think, you know what? I think I did. I ate a burger the first week. I did that. How did I do that? Set it on a plate, got a fork and a knife, and I cut it down to small enough pieces to where I could just like suck the juices out and swallow it. And that worked out okay. Oh, you know what's hard to eat now? lettuce. Because you gotta like chop down and then you gotta like grind a little bit. Oh, grinding's no good for me because I got this crossbite. And when I grind, sometimes my teeth hits my teeth and then it hurts. And I'm like, no, ow. Oh, lettuce is bad. For the first few days, I didn't have a lisp. And then I got one. And now people think my F's are S's. And I don't know how to get rid of it. Kind of bugs me, but whatever. I'm gonna have to deal with it. Because that's what's gonna happen. Oh, so the first thing I did when I got back to work, because I had to go to work, was I was hungry, it was lunchtime. So I got me some ramen. It was like a cup of ramen. And I'm like, and I remembered that lighter. I'm like, oh, man, heat resets this thing. So is it okay if I eat this bowl of soup? I was concerned. So instead of asking someone, I just looked it up. I'm like, this metal's like nickel titanium or something they said. I forget what they said. I looked up nickel titanium and the temperature where it starts moving around, and then I looked up the temperature of a cup of ramen. Well, it's kind of like, it's not going to get over 212 Fahrenheit or 100 Celsius, right? That would probably burn my mouth. It's like boiling. So if this one's less than this one, we should be fine. And it was a lot less. It was a lot. And then I looked up the flame temperature of a lighter, and that, yeah, nowhere close. So you're good to eat ramen. Hooray!